Halloween night felt perfect. The air was cold but comfortable, the sky dark and clear, and the streets glowing with orange porch lights and carved jack-o'-lanterns. 16-year-old Emily adjusted her jacket as she walked with her friends through a quiet American neighborhood. Kids ran past them laughing. Parents stood on porches smiling. Everywhere you looked, there were masks, costumes, and fake monsters. Emily felt safe. That was the mistake. It started when she noticed him standing across the street, a tall man, completely still, wearing a long black cloak and a plain white mask with no expression. At first, Emily assumed he was decoration. Then she realized he was breathing. They walked forward. The man walked too. They crossed the street. So did he. Emily laughed and whispered to her friend, "Okay, that's creepy, but kinda cool. After all, it was Halloween." But as the minutes passed, the man never spoke, never waved, never interacted with anyone else. He wasn't collecting candy, he wasn't scaring kids, he was watching them. Emily slowed down. So did he. Her stomach tightened. She turned around and said jokingly, "Dude, you don't have to follow us everywhere." The man didn't respond. No laugh, no movement, just slow, heavy breathing coming from behind the mask. The sound didn't match the mood of Halloween. It sounded hungry. Emily's heart started racing. They walked faster. Footsteps followed. Suddenly, Emily's phone vibrated in her pocket. A text message, unknown number. Her hand shook as she read it. "Don't look back." Her chest went cold. She stopped walking. Her friends kept moving, laughing, until Emily screamed. She had turned around. The man was now only 2 steps behind her, so close she could smell him. Sweat, metal, something rotten. Emily screamed so loudly that porch lights flicked on all around them. People rushed outside. Parents shouted, children cried, and in the chaos, the man vanished. Police arrived later that night. They took statements. They checked cameras. Then they released a warning. A dangerous escaped offender had been seen in the area earlier that evening. He was known for stalking victims silently. He wore masks, and he never spoke. The mask Emily saw was never part of a costume. To this day, Emily cannot stand Halloween masks because sometimes the scariest monsters don't pretend to be monsters. Halloween night 2009. The kind of night where boredom feels dangerous. Ryan, Lucas, and Ben were sitting in Ryan's car scrolling through ghost stories on their phones. They wanted something real, something terrifying. That's when Ryan mentioned it. An abandoned house on the edge of town that locals refused to talk about. People said it wasn't haunted. They said it was wrong. Lucas searched for it on Google Maps. Nothing. No address, no pin, no street view. The house didn't exist online. That should have been the warning. They drove anyway. The house stood alone, half hidden by dead trees, windows dark, paint peeling, front door wide open. Inside, the air was freezing, not cold, unnaturally cold. Their breath fogged. The walls were covered in old family photographs, smiling parents, children, holiday dinners, but every face had been violently scratched out. Suddenly, a voice echoed from upstairs. "Help, please," Lucas whispered. "This isn't funny. Let's go." They turned around. The door was gone. The house felt smaller now. Lights flickered, then darkness. One room remained lit. They stepped inside. On the floor, written in dark red letters, "One of you stays." Ben laughed nervously. That's when the floor cracked beneath him. A pale hand burst out and wrapped around his ankle. Ben screamed as he was dragged downward. The floor sealed shut. Silence. Ryan and Lucas ran. They don't remember how they escaped, only that they woke up on the side of the road. The police never found Ben, and no matter how hard they searched, that house still doesn't exist on any map. Some places don't want to be found, because once you enter, you may never fully leave. Halloween night 2016. Sarah hated being alone. Her parents had gone to a party, leaving her home with candy bowls and a horror movie playing quietly on TV. The house felt too quiet. Then the phone rang. Landline. Unknown number. She answered. A calm voice said, "You forgot to lock the door." Sarah laughed nervously. "Nice try." The call ended. 2 minutes later, the phone rang again. Same voice. "I'm inside your house." Her heart pounded. She checked every room, everything locked. The phone rang again. The voice whispered, "I never leave after Halloween." She heard footsteps right behind her. Sarah ran outside screaming. Police arrived. The house was empty, but the calls came from inside the basement, a basement locked from the outside. To this day, no one knows who made those calls, or if something is still waiting down there.
Thank you for watching.